Hello and welcome. I am Scrapperlock, and this is our playthrough of City of Heroes on the private bootleg servers. We're on the Everlasting server once again with Silver Phoenix, our level 18, almost level 19, Super Reflexes, Martial Arts Super Reflexes Natural Scrapper. We have 101,000 XP and 1,009,000 influence, so we're going to have no trouble buying a full set of single origin enhancers. Thing I want to point out, we have 1,000,000 influence. I said we needed about 800,000. Now remember, we did sell one salvage item for 600k. So you might think, well, that means we would have only made 400k by now, and we'd only have a couple levels left to make this much money. But remember, I bought myself quite a lot of DOs that I would not have bought all these. I would have only bought the accuracies if I hadn't had all that extra influence. So we'd probably have around 500,000 influence right now if we hadn't sold that one piece of salvage, and we'd be pretty close with 2 more levels to go. As long as I kept alternating between on and off for in terms of getting XP or not for missions. And speaking of that, we need to turn it back off. We're very, very close. We're one bead from level 19, but I'm going to turn it off. I'm going to keep following my policy, and we're not going to earn XP, at least until we get back to standard XP 1.0 XP, as they're planning to do with these servers in an upcoming patch. Alright, so we are working on the Fault Line storyline, and we're looking for Jim Tembler's father's videotape, and we thought it was in the hands of the Lost, and now it turns out it's in the hands of an Arachnos Night Widow named Nocturne, who is trying to leave with it. So, part 3 of Rumblings of the Past is this next thing. It's pretty big. I don't know much about Arachnos, but I know enough to be worried that they'd want the tape of what happened to my dad. I guess we're just lucky that their infighting gave us a clue as to where it is now. If Arbiter Sands is telling the truth, then the Arachnos agent is about to make her getaway. Stopping her is the only chance left to find out what happened to my dad. So, you might want to bring some friends. This Nocturne Night Widow seems pretty tough, so that means she's an elite boss. And so now we're going to try to stop her from escaping. So this is going to be another one of these stop the escapes. So I failed at one of these last time, so we're going to have to be very, very careful not to let Nocturne get past us. And we're going to have to husband our focus cheese and some of these other things in the hopes. And I'm going to have to get rid of some of these so that we can have some room for endurance and luck. And we got to hope that we're going to be able to do this. So let's see. Hopefully we won't fail. So I have to be very, very careful not to let her run past us. And I got to save the crane kick to try to knock her down. Arachnos, it turns your stomach to think of these butchers in Paragon City. Alright, so let's see what there is to see here. So this is empty. And this is empty. Alright, so all we can do is go straight. So she'd have to run past us. Not so bad. Alright, we're going to hold on to Focus Chi, because we're going to have to do a lot of damage to her. Well, these guys are horrible. They debuff you. So they're really rough. If they hit you, they debuff you. The wolf spiders are not so bad. They're just brutes. But those other guys are really bad. They will debuff you. Hopefully we'll get one more luck. I'm going to be very careful going through this mission because I don't want to be run past again. Alright, so there's a doorway. My guess is she's behind the doorway. And we are... Alright, so I'm going to do something here. I'm going to go ahead and map this all the way out. Just so that we can see that there's a dead end here. Right, how you can see this little, like, notch. And that tells you it's a dead end, because if I end up having to chase her, I do not want to accidentally run down the wrong hallway. Right, to try and get to the exit. It seems like it should be easy now, but if this turns into a giant maze with a lot of vertical levels, you can kind of get the sense it's probably going to come down here, may go back up this way. I do not want to end up running down a blind alley trying to stop Nocturne, and she's going to go a different direction. I'm being a little paranoid about this because the last time We went one way around a hallway, and the bad guy was in the other place, and he just ran around the other way and went down the elevator and was done, and I couldn't stop him. Now, there's no elevator here, so hopefully I'll be able to catch up to her, but I don't know how fast she's going to move. And she's going to be trying to escape. So we got to be careful. We got to make sure that we can stop her, and I'm going to do everything I can to knock her down. I probably won't be able to stun her if she's an elite boss. The problem is, if she's an elite boss, she's going to have so many hit points. If she just is determined to run and not fight, I might not be able to stop her. But we'll see. I don't know if FusionNet's going to come help us on this or not. There's a Blood Widow there, so we're going to pull. We're constantly going to be watching. I'm going to be probably being really annoying with the camera, because I'm going to be constantly watching to see if Nocturne is trying to run past me. Because I definitely don't want to allow that. So we may be a little slow going through this mission, just because I'm going to try not to fail it. Right, because the mission, the failure doesn't come from getting, like, defeated and having to go to the hospital or click and awaken. The failure comes from not seeing Nocturne run past, and then you can't stop her. And I don't know what that would do to the story arc. So the Muse Strikers, and so the Blood Widows are martial artists. They're really tough. I got lucky with that last one. I don't see Nocturne, so hopefully I'm gonna keep looking. Stunned her, I think? No. Yeah, they do a lot of damage. So do these guys. Just trying to make sure that Nocturne's not running past me. Alright. So I'm gonna go back up. But I gotta keep my eyes down as well. Just watching every possible angle. This is going to be really rough if she starts to run past me, because there's so many different ways she could go. Just in terms of, she could go along this wall, she could go up this way, and all I got to do is make one wrong move with combat jump, and I'm kind of screwed. Those guys go satisfyingly long distance when you kick them, and crane kick them, that is. Alright, so we should have these guys well in hand. It'd be nice if I didn't miss. There we go. Yeah, crane kick I think may be my most important weapon against her. I don't know if this is like basically a time. Defeat Nocturne, destroy the escape craft. So maybe she won't try to run past me. If she's going to try to get along an escape craft, then maybe we don't have to save this quite so much. Okay. Looks good. Again, marking the dead ends. Yeah, I mean, there's no way to know if she's going to go out the other way. This clearly loops around. If they just send her the other way, there's just nothing, literally nothing I can do about it. Okay, so that Mew Adept is going to be a pain. I really don't want to use this practice brawler now, because I don't know where Nocturne is. So I'm going to just try to tough it out. I think he does have stuns, but yeah, he's got me sleeping, so I'm going to have to use it. Just gotta hope Nocturne doesn't try to run past him while I'm fighting these jerks. Come on, eat him. Come on. Am I debuffed that much? Nope, he's gone. Alright. Come on. Why am I missing so much? There we go. Alright, let's do rest. I'm a little nervous about resting, because it's really, if you can't get out of it instantaneously. So if she were to start running past, I would be screwed. Alright, let's see. So this is the way back. There's nobody here. We've got to also make sure this is completely cleared. Because if she does try to run for the entrance, we don't want to have to fight other things. Now, my guess is she's so far down, she's not going to be able to get to the entrance. I mean, I don't know how she would... Unless there's other guys that spawn or something, I don't see how she'd be able to get to the entrance, given how far in we are. But I don't know. Muse Striker. Muse Striker. Alright. Stun you. Okay, got this guy taken care of. That looks good. There's another one by himself over here. I'm gonna move over this way so I don't KB him into the other spawn. Alright. Now there is another spawn over there. I have 3 yellows, and there's a Mew Guardian boss. Alright, let's take these guys out first. Away from the boss, that's it. Alright. Notice we can 2-shot the yellows with Focus Chi running. Don't need that extra luck. How long until this recovers? Does it say? Hard to tell. Oh, it's back. Okay, good. Now we're gonna beat the crap out of this guy. Not debuffing me, it looks like, if you look up there. Oh, there. No, he's not debuffing me. Now he's debuffing me. Oh, it's taking forever. That's because he's a +1. Now, you know one of the things, too, guys, I've noticed on watching my playthroughs that what I've noticed is that you get a lot of missions that have +1s when you are near leveling, and of course what I'm doing is I'm not leveling. So my guess is one of the things this the game probably did was purposely put +1s in here because it figured, hey, you're 9/10 of the way toward leveling, you're going to level in this mission, so we'll give you some +1s to keep it interesting. But since I'm not leveling because I've got experience turned off, it's keeping it not only interesting but quite challenging, which is fine. The main problem, as you saw, there wasn't health. Once again, it was endurance. And that's because those Mews hit your endurance as well. Is that everybody? Beat Nocturne, destroy the escape craft. Okay, let's turn our toggles back on before we forget. In fact, Sprawler is no longer running, so we have to be careful with that. We go through there? Or do we go through there? Alright, let's go through there, because that's where the arrows are pointing. Ah. Okay, so she's not even going to run through there. Her escape craft is over here somewhere. Well, that shows you how long it's been since I did that mission. because of the I was worrying that she was going to run out through the sewer, and she's not even in the sewer. She's out here. Wow, I do not need all these damages. That is very satisfying, kicking them that far. It's also satisfying two-shotting them, thanks to our damage buff. Doing like plus 75% damage. There we go, that's what I wanted, was some endurance inspirations. I have to apologize, guys. Sometimes I call these inspirations enhancements, and the enhancements inspirations is just because I'm talking really fast and trying to, like, you know, explain things and stuff while I'm playing, so it can be very distracting to do that. But I know that the things in the tray are inspirations. I really do. Trust me, I do. Another Black Widow and a Mew. Alright. Take the Mew out so he can't debuff me. And see if we can stun her. Nope. They're resistant to it, I believe. Is that Nocturne over there? There's Nocturne. There's the escape submersible. So the question is, do I need to destroy this submersible first, or Nocturne first? Let's take out these guys first. Alright, well that thing's in the water, so I'll leave it. Throw at him. Hit this guy. Here comes the Mew. Now I'll go after him, because he's not in the water anymore. This guy. Chase him down. Okay, what is she saying? Prepare the sub. I want to be in Granville tomorrow. Maybe it's not ready? Alright, so 1, 2, focus chi, and off we go. Let's do another couple buffs. She's gonna be rough, but I think we can take her. The most thing is if she tries to run to escape. No, we got her. Excellent. So now we gotta destroy the sub. This is gonna be a pain. I love this game, but one of the most annoying thing is objects. I know they give it a lot of hit points so that you don't destroy it before you're fighting her and stuff. But like then they explode and they do damage to you, or as you saw in one of the earlier videos, they explode and they like do a 3-minute debuff of you, and it's just like, oh, and it takes so many hits to take out the sub. It's just like such a pain. So I'm sitting here throwing knives at this thing because I don't want to have it explode in my face, you know, and it's like, they could just make it so that you can 1 or 2 hit it. Like, it doesn't matter, you know, or at least do something like when once Nocturne is dead, so that you can't, like, kind of, what's the word for it? Kind of skate past the goals of the mission, right? Once she's dead, just cut the hit points by 90%. Because who cares at this point? I'm just standing here by myself, tweaking at this, plinking at this thing. It's really annoying. I don't know if it's going to blow up. Maybe I should just friggin' hit it. Okay, we got it. And that seems like the end of the story arc. I feel like these story arcs are a lot shorter than they used to be. But I could be wrong. So we got reward merits. We recovered the tape from the Arachnos. So now what I'm going to do is go ahead and turn the XP on, because we're finishing up this story arc, and I'll allow myself to level once for each story arc. And we're going to go outside the mission. So we didn't get any experience for the mission, but allow myself to get the story arc completion XP, which will happen when we talk to Temblor. So what do the clues say? The clues say a better videotape. This videotape has caused a lot of fighting. It's supposed to be a security camera footage that shows the battle with Faultline right before the disaster, hopefully showing Jim Temblor just what happened to his father. In the interest of finding out what Arachnos wanted it for, you found a VCR that can play it. Most of the images are lost to the damage on the tape, but you find a section near the end that still has some information. The final minutes of the tape show several heroes and villains squaring off inside an old hero base, probably underground. Through the static, you can see that one of the villains is holding some kind of strange device that's radiating light. In the center of the scene, you see Faultline in his Fault Breaker shock suit. Just as he's losing control, Faultline falls to his knees in obvious pain as the camera starts to shake. Then the ceiling starts to collapse. The other villain with the widget is crushed beneath the debris, and the camera falls to the ground. From this angle, only now do you notice that there's a boy holding onto Faultline's arm, trying to pull the villain up. Just as the ceiling is about to give way, Faultline picks up the child and hands the boy to someone you recognize as a young Blue Steel. As static consumes the last image, the boy cries out to his dying father, and the resolute lawman takes the child to safety. As the image fades, the resemblance hits you. The boy is Jim Temblor. So it seems like Jim Temblor is Faultline's son. So let's see. Silver Phoenix, you got it. Did you watch it? With all you've done, you deserve it. You also deserve to hear the truth from me, too. You probably figured it out already. I said I lost my father when Faultline destroyed Overbrook with his earthquake devices. That's because my father was Faultline. I don't really remember it even now. I was just a kid. I didn't know my dad was a villain. Just that he was my dad, you know. It still doesn't make sense. I mean, Dad was always so nice. I have all these memories of him doing great things. And earthquake devices? Dad had his Fault Breaker suit, but it was only an amplifier. He was a mutant like me. I've been afraid of what happened to him my whole life. Afraid I'd do the same thing. Now I know. You saved my girl and given me this. Thanks, Silver Phoenix. Before you go, there's somebody else who could use some help, and we're introduced to a new contact. And this is Penelope Yin. There's a kid I know named Penelope. Her dad used to run Yin's Market back before, and she always latched on to Annette and me. She was a little brat, but really nice. It's weird, how could you be a brat and nice at the same time? Well, her dad found out the city was rebuilding. He came back here to reopen his store, but I hear he's gone missing. Penelope's all by herself. Well, aside from those weird clockwork. You helped me out, so I'm wondering, could you help her out? So now we have another Faultline storyline with Penelope Yin. We didn't actually gain a level, which is interesting. I would have thought we would. But anyway, let's hit Super Jump. We're going to head over to the hospital, which has a store. And we're going to sell all of the enhancements we have. Oh wait, we have a couple that might be useful. Let's see, this is defense buff. Okay. I'm not sure if we can... Yeah, we can go ahead and use that. We can put that in focus fighting. And this is a recharge. So we can go ahead and put that in practice brawler. Come here. And this is to hit debuff and range. We don't need those, so those can be sold. And this guy is our store, Donnie Lin. 1, 2. So let's see about recipes. Reactive armor, this is resistance, we don't need that. Cleaving blow. Damage endurance. Yeah, I don't think I want that. Okay. Looks pretty good. We have 1,030,000 influence. And I think I'm going to stop there. I hope you guys enjoyed the story arc. We will talk to Penelope Yin next time. And I will see you next time with City of Heroes.